Freedom Farm is an independent 501c3, but we only attend one church. Whereas in my experience in a lot of Christian treatment places, they usually, out of necessity, had to have relationships with lots of churches in order for support, constantly go to a different church or have pastors coming in from different churches. But I came to Freedom Farm as a resident, guy struggling with addiction myself. But I have this kind of a different story than the average person, because I had been to Bible college before coming here. So I had the education where I could be ordained and be a pastor, but I was struggling with drugs and alcohol so bad still that I needed a place like Freedom Farm to come to. And because I'd been to a lot of places, the fact that we went to one church and we were involved in one community and we weren't going, all over the place all the time, just was really something that gave me a lot of comfort, and I really appreciated. And I've never wanted to. I've had a lot of people that have wanted me to change and go to different churches, and I've been very resistant at that change. And I'm glad that we still. It's not always rainbows and unicorns. Having the motley crew come in on Sunday mornings and Wednesdays, and the challenges that come along with that, but I think our church that we attend very much understand the opportunities that are there to be planting seeds and to see seeds that are taking root to grow them and through discipleship. It's a nice relationship that can be very messy at times. So I see Josh smiling, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Probably got some stories yourself, so.
Well, when you were talking about the community ministry being kind of a conglomeration of different members from community churches, I previously worked in that context, and it's difficult and personal decision. I don't plan on going back into that type model where you're collaborating with some who, while you're seeking to be biblical, what your definition of that is, everybody believes they're biblical, but once it comes to fleshing it out, it ends up not only confusing those who you're ministering to, but it can really detract from the fellowship because you're really applying theology, and it didn't go well at its conclusion. I'll say that.
Yeah. You're very gracious in the explanation.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I've worked in both. I mean, a program that's just attached to one church versus a program that lets all kinds of churches come in and teach and sends the clients or the residents to a bunch of different churches on Sunday or a different church every week. And it just, like you say, I found it very confusing and difficult because I would get a lot of questions, and then the more just, questions about, like, we heard this on Sunday, is this true? And because the week before we'd heard something different, and that's a frustrating place to be. And so, yeah. So you like what you're doing now, Josh, I take it.
Well, yeah, knowing that there's an elder board who we're all unified, we all have one another's, not only the best interest as it is, but we also have one another's back. We have a unity in our thought and in our approach. And so, especially, and this goes to the community part of it, whenever you're teaching publicly, you can say things that may be a generality or, may be a broader teaching. But those who you're laboring next to, they have a name and a face that they apply that to. And without meeting them and having one-on-one contact, you can come off as unloving because you're speaking in a way that doesn't have the nuance that they can carry with it. So being in the church context and being one who has a singular view, there's a lot more freedom to it, just in your own peace and your own rest, knowing that the whole elder board and the church is following the elders, so that we don't have conflicts there.